Hey yo, what's up? It's me again. Uh, I this is literally like this is what happens when you're addicted to social media. Start getting what is it called? Small. What is it called again? Small. If someone likes something, people like you get like a small dopamine. There we go. It didn't slip for me this time, but yeah, you get like a small rush of dopamine, and then after you get that small rush of dopamine, you're just like, man, I feel like I'm the greatest person ever. And then like you try it again, but it just doesn't work out. It's the hard life of a content creator, not just a content creator, but like anyone who makes anything. Like if you make memes, if you make like, you know, super in-depth analysis, there's a good chance that it'll just go unnoticed. There's nothing you can really do about it. I feel like sometimes when you put the least work in something, it just for some reason it happens to be popular. I don't know why this is such a big like trend with like just creating like even me personally, I've had like you know validation, I guess, but upvotes, Twitter likes, and it's always been on stuff like uh, for the most part, not all the time. I'm not gonna say this all the time, but the things that I found the funniest that I made it myself never got the most likes. And the things that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make this real quick, put a little bit of effort, Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say that I didn't put any effort in, but these other things that I've spent so much time, zero recognition, these things that I spend like 5 minutes on, all the recognition, you know, it's, I guess that's like a sort of a burnout, you get like you create something and it gets unnoticed, but you just have to push through that. I've personally had that problem with some of my previous stuff that I've spent a long time with, which is even now I have I kind of struggle with wanting to continue stuff. Just put in work doesn't always mean you're gonna get something out of it. You won't always have the time to put in work too, which makes it seem like it's pointless to do something. But if you truly enjoy it, I think you should attempt to do it, even if it's like menial amount, because it'll come back around to help you out. Like learning to do a small like thing, whether it's in real life or online, it'll come back and there's a chance it'll help you out. There's a chance it won't help you out, and you just wasted a couple of hours trying to learn how to do Adobe Photoshop. You know, that's not a personal thing, and I haven't mentioned it in two videos at this point. But what I'm saying is, you can't always uh, confirm whether something you put effort into will bear its fruits, and this is something very common. But I still feel like it's not said with enough like vigor. It's kind of said like half-assedly. You're just like, okay, if you put enough work, eventually you'll get something, right? There's people who have been doing this for years, probably even longer than I have. Probably get almost no views, no subscribers. You know, maybe they've gotten one or two videos that have had a bunch of recognition, but after that, it's a dropout. No one watches it. It's kind of sad to see, honestly. Like seeing like these uh these YouTubers just kind of become irrelevant not even because they aren't doing things that are popular or unpopular. It's just the system of YouTube is not just YouTube, I guess, but the system in general is just it doesn't always cater to those who put in the most work. You could say, yeah, sure, some people will obviously have a there's a YouTube bias already. You know, certain creators get a what's it called? certain creators get more notice than others. You know, this is obvious. It's always going to be a true thing, and even in the real world, you're not going to be listening to Joe Schmo when you have the big news networks. All, of course, this isn't talking about everyone, but for the most part, these big news networks are the ones that are listened to by most people. It's not these smaller ones. It's always the bigger ones. And whether or not you agree with their takes, whether or not they're like, I guess, good or bad, based on you, whatever you think, like these small, like controversial or even like astounding channels, or even like opinions, there's a chance that these they don't grow because everything's soaked up by these bigger, like bigger, you could even say better, honestly. That's not always the case, but you could just say that these bigger corporations, bigger content creators, bigger influencers, people who have more clout, they just have more of that exposure. And if you keep seeing the same person, it's because that's because they're popular. I don't think you should hate on people for being popular. Obviously, everyone has their preferred taste. Some people really like small YouTube creators. They go around watching them. Like, I didn't even know this, but like, there's genuine like a small like niche community in YouTube that just goes around. They watch small creators, and it doesn't even have to be niche. It could be like a friend that you watch because they make YouTube videos. And it doesn't even have to be a friend. It could just be someone you found that you like their content and it was just by accident. But they might not ever get that recognition. There's not a chance that they'll always grow or succeed. Even if I know there's a big stigma in the YouTube sphere, I guess, where if you're not collabing with people, there's a good chance that you might never get noticed. Like if you're not getting shout outs, you might not grow. You kind of have to do this sort of marketing, which is funny in a way. You're marketing your channel. I mean, not everyone does it for money, but if you want to grow the channel, the community, you have to sort of like put it in front of people's faces. Even I did this for a while. I still do on my social media page, but I'm not gonna link that here. I'm too much of a coward to do that. Although, if you did search up my YouTube name, you would find it. Do not search it up though, if you are just a YouTube person, because yeah. Anyways, besides that, like I was mentioning, I'm not even a big nerd on this stuff. I'm not gonna say that I'm the most truthful to it. I can't explain it that well. I'm I'm just a random person. I don't have any special skills particularly besides just wanting to do things. You just have the feeling to do something and do it. Whether or not it leads to anything, can't really predict it. And if you focus too much on doing things because others tell you to, then you'll end up in a position where uh, it's not a win-win. If you succeed, then you continue doing the thing you hate. If you fail, then why don't you tell people sooner? It's you waste your time too. Uh, Obviously, it's not always going to be bad to continue something if you do a sport. You'll have a little bit more physicality. Like even myself, I'm a little bit more like, even though I'm not doing sports anymore, I used to do sports, but I'm not as physically fit anymore. I still did sports. I still know how to like stretch and stuff. I have pretty decent stamina because of that too. All thanks to something and something else I did, back in the past. It's always like you can't always see these opportunities as wastes of time. But if you truly don't enjoy it, then why are you gonna continue doing it? You know, even if you do gain something out of it, whether it's money, power, I guess, that's one of the things, validation, or if you don't enjoy it, then I don't, I don't know if you should truly do it. At the core of things, it should always be enjoyment, even if it's something that is very difficult. Personally, I haven't really had anything difficult. Like I haven't had any roadblocks as of as of recently. Just like doing videos. If I do ever get into like advanced content creation, that means like making better thumbnails and editing the videos better too. Like that will take up a lot more time on videos. Like it's insane to think that with me just talking, these are just simple videos. Like these won't take a long time to edit, but other people they spend countless hours editing just to make a 20-minute video or a 10-minute video. 2 hours editing for a 10-minute video. Can you believe that? And then there's a chance that after you edit it, no one's gonna see it. So basically, you have to have passion at the heart of it, but also don't feel bad if you never get millions of views. Yeah, you want that validation. And personally, if I had millions of views, I don't even know what I would do. I would be ecstatic, you know? But still, like, it's always doing things to your own liking. If you ain't doing that, then are you really doing anything? Question mark emoji. I don't know. That just sounds so dumb. Okay, but yeah, I've been rambling for so long. I'm looking at the time and I'm just like, damn, how long can I keep going with this? How long can I milk this? Anyways, if you enjoy making something, you should do it. Yes, I did not get to the point. Congratulations. You have been tricked by, or maybe not. Maybe you stopped watching. But then you wouldn't see this if you stopped watching. Okay, but anyways, what I'm trying to say here is, in all seriousness, don't worry what other people tell you. I mean, advice is good and all. I guess that's not bad, but don't let other people decide what you should do. You do what you want to do, uh, and whether it's morally correct or not, and that's another thing. But if you like killing people, I think you should probably not do that. Who am I to tell you anything? You're probably gonna do it anyways. But anyways, if you dislike the video, uh, you're allowed to do that. You don't have to listen to me though. But yeah, goodbye. And have a good night or day or whatever you like doing. If you died watching this video, and I'm sorry for you. May your soul rest in peace. Uh, good night or goodbye. Actually, see you.